All right. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to this little market scan that we're about to do. Going to go through and have a look at what's out there and get a bit of an understanding for what the market's looking like. Of course, it helps us a lot if you can like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to get access to our free course, TRADERCOBB.com. All you need to know there to make a decision whether this is for you or not. That's what it's there for, to help you out for nothing. So welcome. G'day, Winston. Hello. Hey, man, how do you do these scans this far? Yeah. Change the time frames just by setting them up here. Or you can just type it in, 240. There you go, that's the 4 hour. G'day, Radzi, James, Jenny, Bobby. Welcome. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, the top 10 now. We're a couple of hours, 3 hours now into the the trading day, and I want to start with Bitcoin. You can see what happened here. Now, I don't know. I did hear about some form of news or something, fake news that made Litecoin do that. Don't know what it is, but you know, what we've got here from where we opened yesterday to where we to the low was a 6% move and about an 8% day, I think it was in total. Let's have a look. I just shy of that. Yeah, call it 8%, doesn't really matter. And it's made it a bit wobbly. If you have a look here, Litecoin announced a partnership with Walmart. Is that what it was? And then it was obviously disproven, and that's why it went. Wouldn't it have been nice to have been privy to that? So they actually, Litecoin themselves announced it and Walmart said no. Or was it just a random tweet that somebody who had followers had and it just got shared wildly? It's quite interesting. I wonder if there's any truth in that somewhere, because it would seem weird that they would just come out and, I guess, just say something like that, you know, without there being some form of truth. It just seems very unprofessional. Anyway, on their official Twitter, wow. I guess watch this space. Oh, Litecoin's Twitter got hacked. Oh, wow. Well, that's a surefire, easy way to make millions of dollars. Hack a big project's page, put some rubbish up there, get your long margin, boom. Retirement, here we come. Okay, so looking at the weekly, look where we are. We've got a higher low. You know, we bottomed out and we've got this higher low, higher high, pulling back in. And look where it's pulling back into, right into that cradle zone. Now, although it's only Tuesday and we've still got a lot of time for that candle to do whatever it's going to do this week, right now where it is, has a bit of a flavor as that does. Now, if you recall, if you've been following for long enough with me, that was the point, that was the cradle that I did a lot of talking about. I was buying a lot of Bitcoin, well, for me anyway, around this area. And yeah, you know, this was the point at which, geez, where did I think I even put it up on Facebook and whatnot, all the buy prices that I had on this pullback. And, well, you can see it turned out quite nicely, didn't it? Now, we've pulled, you know, what I'm getting at is we had a little pullback, pushed to a new high, pulled back into the cradle zone, around at a significant number, and then shot up from there to multiple of 6. Well, trend has just begun. First pullback, and or not, although not exactly the same, it's a very similar type scenario here. All right. So again, like I said, there's a long way to go for that to become something good, but just what I'm looking at. The 4 hour, obviously, that candle kind of wrecked everything, and to be fair, it's not done, like this is not tradable. When it's doing this, sure, that's great. But when it's doing this, it's too choppy. And one of the most important things that you can learn as a trader is when to stay away, when to minimize your trading exposure, when to not take so many trades. Hey, Phil. So that's really important there. Yes, very funny, Winston, very funny, Ash. If you'd like to get the free course, it's TRADERCOBB.com. Like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the notifications. There you go. Yeah, so it's a very messy looking chart on the daily. It's a very messy looking chart on the 4 hour. there's not really any time frames that really look all that fantastic right now. So across the board, we can see a bit of a mixed bag. Not too much going on there. Not too much up, not too much down. Let's go ahead and have a look at the list. So I'm going to be focusing on trends, and with the market being a little bit shaky, it's definitely a point at which I do decide or do get into the mindset of, okay, well, when it's a bit shaky, there could be more downside, and with my portfolio the way it is, I'm happy to maybe take, not risk more, but have more of an appetite for a short than I would for a long. That's just where I sit on the matter, and that's where I'm going to stay. So I don't like charts that are like this, that are really sideways and messy, and that's why we're going to skip through these. So again, AVE, very messy, no interest. Cardano, pretty messy there as well, no interest. Alchemix, no. I mean, it's a reference point at absolute best. One test, two tests, it's a support level, that's it. I'm not going to put it in a list. Algo had been, on a really nice trend, and then it dipped, they went nuts. I'm hoping that what we're seeing in the market at the moment with this big fall, we're going to see this follow it, market wide. Nothing there. Alpha, we go high to low, so again, there's not much of a trend there. Again, focus is going to be on good, clean trends. Ample fourth, too spiky, too sideways. Look, it does move from time to time, and it moves in big ways, but it's not done anything for a long time. It has a bit of a history of doing sweet FA. It hangs around at a 2x multiple. And I'm not interested at all. We've pushed high, quick pullback with divergence, nothing on the 4, no interest. Atom. Now here is one that is looking a little bit better. Let's focus on that 4. I feel like I might be getting a little croaky or something. My voice is definitely not feeling quite normal. Maybe I feel a bit tired. Maybe I'm getting a little cold. Don't say the word. Okay, so I guess my issue here with Atom is this. Yeah, high, higher low, higher high. I know that one candle was a big spiky thing, but let's just say that we absorb that and say that's okay. Probably. It is pulling back into that cradle zone. The thing is, I think I like it better on... Don't know. I mean, look, I will pop that in because it's one of... It's a question mark, like... If that... Where are we coming back to? 35... Look, I'm going to put that in. I might come back. We'll go back through it at the end, and I might have some more clarity at that point. There's not much to really work with there on audio. Coffee. AVAX, again, too sticky. Straight up, pull back. It needs to extend itself to push to new highs there. AXS is a no for me. Badger, again, very, very average looking through here. Flat. Not a great level of support. Needs to kick down further for that to become relevant. Very messy again on balance. So what I'm seeing at the moment is that there's not a lot of opportunity at market wide. The best times to be trading are when the whole market is in agreement. That's into the whole market, but when there's a lot of agreement with trend. Now what we're seeing, just getting through the first, 20, is that there's a lot of agreement, but that agreement is basically, it doesn't know what it wants to do. It's caught in a range. Now, Bayo, this little puppy here. So this was the short that I had liked the most as a break. However, when I went to raise those orders, it said size too big. So, and it wasn't just me. Many others. It seems to be an extraordinarily thinly traded book, which I'm not surprised. You can see it in here. But I thought that there might be enough there to get at least a decent position, but there is not. Now, if that breaks, cool, but I won't be in it, so I'm going to take that away. Nothing on BAT, Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, interactive brokers have been for a little while, I think, Ash. Binance, I'll have a look at the weekly quickly here. Another one that's, this, I really do like weekly plays for spots, for spot positions. So no leverage needed. It can time your entries really, really, really well so that you can, capture a really good move if you get the right signal. And I traded exactly the same. It's in the right spot on the weekly, as are many, but we still need to see that kick again. And it just has that feeling that with the messiness, we might just be in for a little bit more chatter before there is something that comes of it. Bancor, 4 hours, pretty average. BSV, again, pretty average. BitTorrent, nope. CakePerp, don't like that because we go higher, low, higher, high, then to low, so it's not very good. Oh, you didn't have a problem, Phil. It just kept saying to me, size too big or size too large. When I dropped a 0 off of it, it didn't say it anymore, but the position size was too small. It's just not even worth it. And that's not me being Barry Big Dick. That's just, I'm not one of the biggest traders out there by any stretch of the imagination. It's just, yeah. So, crazy. Question, BNB and FTT have a similar number of coins, so there is every possibility of FTT price getting to the levels of Binance. Yeah. Based on that logic, I suppose so. Yes, that's what she said. Okay, convergence, nothing. Cream. Again, look, it's been trending downwards for a little while here, Cream. But it's been very, very reckless, not tradable for me. Again, lacking that trend. Oh, excuse me. Crow, no. CRV, again, look at this daily. It's very messy. So if you're going to take anything from this scan, there may not be too many opportunities, but what I want you to really start to think about is what are the sorts of markets that I'm pointing out to say no? No, I don't want to be involved in this. Because what you'll tend to do as a trader is you will tend to put yourself in the position whereby you'll do well when the markets are trending well, and then you'll give a lot of that money back when they're not trending well. So one of the biggest lessons that you can learn is at what point do you decide it just ain't cricket? It's just not very nice right now. That's a little tip that might help you out. On to Dash. Bit of support running through there, but not a great deal. No. Dawn, again, very messy. Another one I won't touch. DeFi, very messy. Needs to sort itself out. This is better. Still not great, but it's better. This is great. This, no thanks. Really messy. Smooth, clean, trending charts is what I want. I want to see optimal chart structure. And for the time being, Dent doesn't cover it. Neither does DeFi or Dodo. Why? Well, you might be thinking about a little bearish candle in the cradle zone. However, we've got to have a downtrend. Here we have a high to a low. So the downtrend is not confirmed. Doge, no. Dot is also pretty shaky up here. Look at these wild wiki candles. We have started to have a few more of these, which is a little bit of a concern. Again, a concern that can't be acted upon until we get some form of follow through, whether that be to the downside or further upside. But bottom line is, the way that I trade, the way that I teach the trade, it's all about following trends. That is not a trend. That is a trend. However, the trend hasn't pushed to new highs, which means we're in sort of no man's land. And if I go lower, yeah, it's still not pretty down there either. There isn't even a good trend down lower. Engine. All right. Again, two sideways, not enough trend. EOS, flat. We did start to get a motor on with EOS. Then we came straight back down into sideways, rubbish town. Ethereum Classic. Nah. Ethereum Perp. Nah. I'll tidy up a couple of these levels through here too that are no longer too relevant. Again, very messy. It's not of interest to me right now. Let's look at that weekly though. Not so much. No, it didn't push high enough to really class that as a decent enough pullback for me. So again, it's, nothing there for me. Exchange perp goes high to low. You won't see that on the 8 hour. You'll see a lower high, lower low. But again, is that really a strong trend? Is the daily really a strong trend? The daily, if anything, is a bit confused. The 8 hour being in a downtrend, yeah, it's there, but is it strong? Not in my view. Feed. I'd actually like to see this come back in and give me a nice little bullish candle off of $6 or something like that on the daily. As you can see, it has had a very good climb from $1.24 to what, $8.50 or a bit more. I'd like to get another opportunity in here. So if we are to see the market continue in its upward trajectory, then that could be a very, very nice option indeed. Okay. File, again, messy. Flamingo. Nothing there. Messy again. Flow. Very, very messy as well. Phantom. Now, here's something. It's not there yet, but what I'm looking for is something like that back here. A perfect cradle in the zone. At the time, that looked quite big, didn't it? Well, not anymore. Not anymore. So see if we can get a bullish candle in there. Question, I asked one of your guys about H-bar last week. His exact comment, no idea what you're talking about. H-bar is Hedera, yes, I know what that is. And all I wanted was an opinion, not to be ridiculed. To be fair, the person running the show was not you, and you always have been polite to me. Many thanks for your courtesy. As a side note, I'm up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll get the H-bar. Look, I'll have a look at that. Look, I can't imagine. I know Sam. He's not a rude person in the slightest. He probably just hadn't, really looked at it. I mean, you got to remember that when we do a scan like this, when we go through these, we're not always. I'm looking at like what's up here. It's just the way I do things. Others are just looking at charts. So please don't take offense to anything like that. Well done on making some money, but if it doesn't fit the rules that we've got, it's not really a play there. So appreciate the feedback, Brenton. Definitely do. So yeah, with Phantom, hopeful to see it. Look, honestly, I'd like to actually see it come back in a little bit further. Come in a bit deeper. That'd be great. Little bullish candle down here. Let the market slow down, calm down, hopefully build up a little bit, and then we'll see another move, because as you can see from the last one, nearly 3-1. That's pretty mega. FTT. Here's another one that I'm keeping a very close eye on. I was fortunate that I did get FTT before. I bought it at the same day that I bought Bitcoin again, and that was about 29.6 or 30, something like that. I think it was down here or over here. So I did really well, but I did close some profits out, and I am looking for a re-entry. And what I'm seeing at the moment, obviously the candles are really big. They're getting a little bit all over the show. It's the pullback in that I'm liking. I just wanted to slow down, calm down. This volatility is not something that's of major interest to me. I just don't like it. Look at that one single candle, and we're talking 25%. And the next day was pretty close. And the next day, these are big, big, big candles. Not interested in that so much. If I look at the 2-day here, I'd love to see it come back down a little bit further. Maybe even a $60, something like that. All of these timeframes just show a very strong case for FTT. And, it's a really nice looking chart. It's just one that I've got to wait and see if I can get an actual trade there to get me a fill. The 12-hour, the 16-hour, I'm not interested in that. It's the daily for me. So maybe check back tomorrow on that. GRT. Did you spot buy for the FTX fees? No. When I was buying it, I bought it spot. Yeah. Did I do it because of the fee reduction? No. I bought FTX because, I like the platform. I use them. I think they've done a great job. It's just backing a good business, basically, and seeing the ability for them to continue to progress. It made it something that was worthwhile for me. GRT's in a box. It's messy as mess can be. Okay, here's your move. Beautiful, beautiful move. It's definitely gone really well. And I do recall somebody saying something about Hedera a little while ago. Hashgraph, yeah. Unless it's a different one. I mean, you said Hedera Hashcraft. I knew what you were talking about. Unless there is a Hedera hashcraft, I don't know, but there is a hash graph. So I suppose I'm imagining it's this one, and a really, really good move. Absolute cracker of a move. Look at this weekly. You know, up 37% in a week when you considered it was down quite significantly. I thought it was a typo, mate. No dramas. When it was down quite significantly. So a very, very strong move there. So, opportunity-wise, I mean, look at the trend. You know, I know it's a big, deep pullback. It's pretty radical. It's out of control. The daily is the only time frame I think would be of interest to me at this stage. Possibly the 12 if it sneaks in. Why? Clean higher low, pushing on. Look at these daddy long legs type candles there. If it snuggles back into here, sure, I'm open to that. But for the time being, you know, I'm not going to put that into a watch list now because it'll be days until that likely outcome could occur. So far our list is pretty much atom. Very little out there. Helium, no. Holy. Holy's another one. If it comes in a bit further, it slows down a little bit. You know, cool your jets there, son. Get down here, creep on down, get the candle smaller and smaller, and let's get something like this over here, but let's get it to win. All right, so nothing there now. No worries, Brenton. All right. Okay, Holo. Messy on the 4, messy on the daily. Horby. Messy on the 4, messy on the daily. Hump. Nah. Okay, IOTA, let's go higher. I mean, yeah, okay, it's pulled back, but there's just nothing to sink my teeth into there. And you might think, well, it's a good time to be buying because buy the dip or dollar cost average. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But I'm a trader. So for me, my ability to, once the move gets going, to find my timed position, I've got that ability. So I don't necessarily need to wait. I mean, I can wait until we do see it start to turn and we do get some positivity back before I start working what I do and what I understand and what I've been spending 16 years doing. That really makes me feel old. Every time I say that, I just think, geez, I can remember when I was 16 years old. 16 years doing this. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I've been fishing for 35 years. How about that? That's what I'm happy about. Kin, again, very sideways. The daily not inspiring. Kyber, very uninspired on the 4 and the daily. A lot of messiness out there, as you can quite clearly see. 2 tests up here. Is it of interest now? No, I'm actually going to get rid of that level. It's pulled away too far to be relevant. Wait, what's wrong with the graph again? How come you're not taking that cradle? What one? Which one, Harris? Which one are we talking about there, mate? I'll flip back. So nothing on Kusama. Linear. La 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 la. It's not even worth. I mean, but Harris, there's a from when, yeah, I think there's a little lag. So you need to give me an actual. You tell me which one it is. The last one is KSM to me because where I'm up to. So just tell me which one it is, and I'll go back and have a look. Not a problemo. So yeah, that level there, it's really not interesting at all. Yeah, I can draw a level, but it's the relevance to my positions, the relevance to me trading. Well, there is none. So there's no need to put that in. Loop ring. IOTA. Okay, thank you, mate. Yeah, you know, there's nothing there. For me, I need a clean pullback into the cradle zone, bullish candle convergence, multiple time frame analysis, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of rules, a whole set of bonus rules to go with the essential rules. And with IOTA, it doesn't match it. One of the main things or main concerns is my stop would need to be underneath here. That then makes that a big candle because sure, the candle itself is small, but my stop being there means that the whole distance of my stop is now quite large. So yeah, it doesn't impress me. It doesn't tick any of the, or it doesn't tick all the boxes that it needs to do. That's why I got a checklist. Yes, I can do this in my head quickly and easily, but the checklist is there because you haven't been doing this for as long as I have. And with the checklist, you can just simply go, what's that? Oh yeah, tick, 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 tick. Oh no, it's not got that move on. And they are in an order of which allows that the most important thing, the most important elements for saving you time at the top. So, you know, typically if you can get through the first three, you might have a half a chance of finding something there. Yeah, that's the one, Harris. It's just a bit too far, mate. There's our Litecoin chart, which is now no good. Just think if you were the hacker, right? Let's just play a little game of hypotheticals. And you went, okay, we know we've got access to the account. Let's go long as big as we possibly can with as much margin as we can possibly get. And then wallop, 33%. So let's say that we did it. Again, a hypothetical, just because it's fun sometimes. Come on, where are you? Something like that, right? Let's say that was our entry and stop loss. 30 to 1. And let's say that we're risking, you know, if we were able to risk $50,000 on that trade, that's not a bad trade. But then of course, we go, all right, well, we closed that one. Let's go heavy and hard on the flip side and short this monkey. Boom. So even on a $10,000 trade, 30 times 10, I mean, you are looking at $300,000 on the way up, $300,000 on the way down, or something like that. It's not the right thing to do, of course, but I'm sure that whoever did it probably did take advantage of it in that way. And if they're going to find this individual and that person did it through an exchange, well, that's how you'd find them. Anyway, thanks, Alexis. I'm glad that you're enjoying the course. Terra. No, again, there's not enough interesting there. Maps, it's a very thinly traded market. On maps, if you have a look at the 15, it's very difficult to get a decent position, so I'm going to skip past that. There isn't anything to work with anyway. Matic also struggling and having a bit of a hangover period, very sideways, not very inspired. Mid-perp is the same. What function did I use to show the 130? Sorry, I'm not quite sure what you mean there. I dropped lower time frame. Is that what you mean? I'm not quite sure. I apologize there, Alexis. Mid-perp sideways. Maker the same. I'll check the weekly. Too deep now. MTA sideways. Mush on metal. Near. Ooh. 16 doesn't cut it. That big spike doesn't really help. That pull back in with stop would be there. 8.5 hours to go. I think I'd probably prefer to hang in and wait on the daily maybe. That candle kind of wrecks it a bit. Yeah, look, at this point in time, it really isn't of any interest to me. Neo, not much going on there. OKB. Look, oh, excuse me. At this point, there are 2 tests of support. That is all. Now, if the market were to come down, I do like my flat levels, because if we are to get a quick move up or down, depending on whether it's support or resistance, of course, these can be really good points for your trade. What I mean by that is if we go shoop straight through, bouncing back into it, that could offer a cradle or a booster. When you were showing the spike on Litecoin, you were able to work out the up. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, I understand. See this little one over here to the left? Long position, short position. So what you can do there is you can go, let's just say we're entering on the high of that candle, we'll stop underneath the low. So we can do, bring it down, match your entry. Then you move your little doobalaki. So you capture that. Then what you can do is, you know, mark in whatever the move was, and that's how you work out your ratio. And that's how, if you guys are getting the emails from the Trader Cobb database, you'll be seeing each week we do the best trades. And that's how we work out those ratios from people in the community. Not me, people in the community. And there's so many. There are so many there that have done like, 18 to 1, 30. I think it was a 33 or a 38 to 1 the other week. It's great. It stokes me out. Orbs, messy. Oxy, messy and thin. Pax, gold, no thanks. Perp. Ooh. That's our weekly. Bullish candle in the crater with a higher low. That's looking pretty snazzy. Maybe not there. Let's see if we've got anything on the other highs. No. Still 3 days to go on that 5-day. It's pretty damn nice. Pop it in. Yeah, I mean, it's going to have to take a little while, but I want to pop that in and leave it in so I can remember. PERP, no, sorry, we got a lot of wind here right now, and I got crap out there on the balcony blowing around. Look, I mean, it's a long way off, but I mean, there's not much going on. I'll just keep that in another list so I can see if we do break through it or if we do build into there. Nothing on Qtum. Ray, the trend is still there, but look how messy this is again. It's just not very good. Reef is a no. Ren is very stuck once again. Rook is very stuck. Reserve Rights broke support. It's done sweet FA since. It wasn't a trade, by the way. It was not convergent. I was hoping it would touch, bounce, give a lower high, yada, yada. It hasn't. There is nothing of interest. It is divergent. Rune, also messy. Sand, very messy. Seer Coin, very messy. Seco, look, if it were to offer me that over here, i.e. it pulls back in, maybe 21 bucks, something like that, a little bullish candle in an uptrend, just the same as what it gave back here. If it gave it over here, yes, that would be great. But I scan the markets 5 to 6 days a week, sometimes 7. I'm not going to miss that. I'm always there on live trading floor or just on my own thing in the mornings. So I don't miss those dailies. Synthetics, let's go lower. It's just, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to find if there's any good cyclicity, if there's any good trend. There's not. Solana, another opportunity, may present itself similar to the opportunity back here. Again, a very, very strong move. So just to illustrate how to use this function again, that being the entry, I now drag the stop up roughly to there, and you can go, well, what was the maximum amount that you could have got from that? 20 to 1. So let's say you're trading on a $10,000 trading account. You take that position. If you don't scale out, then that $100 that you're risking on the 10,000 account is now $2,000. Obviously at the highs, right? Me suggesting that you're going to get out of the highs, that's not what I'm suggesting at all. I'm just showing there's that much move. So what my objective is to capture the chunk in the middle. It's to capture part of the move. So from this point, you're looking at 20 to 1. If you scale out, you're still looking at about 11 to 1. So not a bad way to make a buck, but you've got to know what you're doing. A pullback into here, a little bullish candle. I'd like to see that on Sol. I haven't seen it yet. Serum, it's a bit of a shame. It's just, when I say it's a bit of a shame, it has moved, right? It's just moved very messy. If it slows down, it stops at 10, it gives a small bullish candle, yeah, that's definitely a threat for a good trade. It's a bit messy, but like I said, if it slows down, that's what's important. Syrian Labs getting some daily long legs going on there, so I'll leave it. Storm X, undecided still. Not much momentum here on storage either. Stacks. No. Yeah, Terry's got some great content in the members area there on that risk management stuff. Sushi's a no. Swipe, I can leave. Theta, again, high to low, so we're lacking any clear trend. Tomo is flat after a very, very big fall. Broken his hip, the poor painter. The old fella's getting a bit fragile. Busted his hip. He'll be out for a while. But he won't. He will be back. He's just out for a while. Send flowers. No, he likes VB. That's what he likes. Tron, not much going on there again. Very messy. UniPerp. well, hit the resistance, came off hard. Now we're chickadee China, the Chinese chopper. Very chickadee, snickety, yuckety, boobity. As we see Uniswap reapproach back around that 100,000 mark, it has struggled up there for quite some time, as you can see. But I tell you what, look at this daily. It has not taken a breather. Had one big whoosh, but bounced back so quick, and now we're back up around those all-time high regions. It's going to be interesting to see if it can get through there. And if it can get through there, then pullbacks into that region. Let's see what it looks like on the 30. Bugger. It's a bit thin, looks a bit shit. Excuse my French. It's nothing there for me right now. Okay, V-chain, very, very messy chain. Waves, very, very messy again. NEM, nothing of interest. Stellar, 2 tests. If it builds into there or again breaks down hard and fast, that could offer options back up into that level, so it will go in. Monero, Ugle, XRP also has a level, so I'll throw that into the mix and we'll come back to it. Bit of a shame on Tezos. It was doing really well, then it really just got messy as messy could be. It's got to clean it. It's got to tidy up the floor before it can have dessert. Oh, lockdown is a bit shitty. It's a little bit crap right now. I don't like not being able to do things that I want to do, but it's okay or something like that because we're in it together. All right. Losing my mind. DeFi money, no good. Yen, again, very, very, not so good. Zcash. I mean, look, there is an established downtrend. There is a lower high, lower low, but look at the divergence. Again, these are the charts that, when I'm looking at charts, what I'm looking for is reasons to not take a trade. If I can't find a reason to not take a trade, it makes it very easy for me to take that trade. What I'm finding at the moment is that all of these charts, or the vast majority, are making it very easy for me to just go, no, I don't want that. It's just very easy to rule these out at the moment because there is so little to really work with, and that's us. I mean, we've got the best named chart ever. Smooth Love. I feel like that should be maybe a Prince song. Smooth Love. The trend's been great to the downside, but we're very divergent again. So another one we can't do much with. So if you are to take much from this other than what we are looking at for potential trades, ooh, it's not looking too bad. Getting a little bit bigger, but it's not looking too bad. The key takeaway should be, and I hope for it to be, that you sort of step back a little bit. It's not prime time right now from a trading point of view based on the way that I trade and the way that I teach. Atom 2 hour. I don't want it to get any bigger. It might already be a little bit big. OKB. We've got support there. If we come down, test that. Again, maybe we're going to break out. Otherwise, if it breaks through, pullbacks. PERPPERP, PERPPERP, PERPPERP. Weekly, or that 5-day as well. Either way, I'm going to keep an eye on that over the next couple of doozy days. Pundi, upon Pundi. 2 tests, again, push down, pull back, that sort of thing. A long way off for the time being. Stellar, same thing, just a support level at this stage. Not a great deal to work with, but it's a level. Same with XRP. So guys, there is bugger all out there. All right? Bugger all out there. So as I say, it's a good time to consider what's happening right now and to make your call as to what you're going to do. Are you going to wait for those trends to come back, or are you going to start punting money around and hoping? Hope is not a strategy. Hope is generally the last thing a human being has. Don't let hope dictate your future. Let action dictate it for you, because you can do anything. You've just got to put some time, effort, and your mind into it. You have yourself a damn good day. Not much going on there. As Winston said, back to the garden, back to you in the studio. I don't know. Have a good day. Bye for now.